my name is Zoe and I am the president of Sovereign Dispatch, and today I am going to talk about how Minnesota is being affected by climate change, but specifically how our lakes, rivers, and wetlands are being affected by climate change. So in Minnesota we have around, well, people say we're the land of 10,000 lakes. You should probably know that, but we actually have about 11,800 plus lakes and 69,000 miles of rivers and streams. Water shapes who we are. It feeds our farms, fuels our recreation, and fills our home. But this natural legacy is in danger. Climate change is warming our lakes, polluting our rivers, and drying out our wetlands. The system we've depended on for generations is starting to unravel. Minnesota's average temperature has risen by 3 degrees since 1895, and winter temperatures are rising even faster. Our lakes are warming. Some, like Lake Superior, are warming by as much as 2 degrees per decade. This stresses cold water fish like walleye and trout, species essential to our ecosystem and economy. Lower oxygen in warm water also leads to increased fish kills and opens the door for invasive species like the zebra mussel and carp. And the heat fuels toxic blue algae blooms. In 2023 alone, multiple Minnesota lakes had to shut down due to the fact that the algae toxins were released in the lake. This then meant that our people and animals were not able to go in to it, or else it would be bad, and you could get very sick. Climate change does not just bring heat, it brings chaos. Since 2000, Minnesota has experienced 9 mega rain events, storms that drop more than 6 inches of rain in a day across 1,000 square miles. That triples the number of mega rainstorms from the entire 20th century. These storms flood homes, farmlands, and roads, but they also flood lakes with runoff full of pesticides, fertilizers, oil, and animal waste. Flooding causes shoreline erosion, dumps polluters into the Mississippi River, and increases the risk of sewer overflows in cities like Minneapolis and St. Paul. And then the rain stops. In 2021 and in 2023, Minnesota experienced several droughts, drying out rivers and shrinking lakes across the state. The Mississippi River near St. Cloud dropped to historically low levels, stranding boats and exposing dry riverbeds. Drought damages crops, hurts fish and wildlife, and causes wildfires, becoming warmer, shallower, and more polluted. Wetlands, which filter and store naturally, are drying up fast. Minnesota has already lost 50% of its original wetlands due to development and building. For Dakota and Ojibwe nations, water is not just a resource, it is a relative. Protecting it is a responsibility passed down from generation to generation. Across Minnesota, Indigenous leaders, youth activists, and community organizers are speaking out. Groups like Honor the Earth, Indigenous Environment Networks, and local watershed districts are fighting for policy change and leading water protection efforts, water walks, and youth-led cleanups. And the water quality testings are bringing back voices to the front lines because protecting water is protecting culture, community, and survival. The problems are big, but so are the solutions. We can reduce carbon emissions by using clean energy, walking or biking more, and support climate-smart legislation. We can restore wetlands and plant native prairie grasses to protect shorelines. Farmers can adapt regenerative practice that protects soil and reduce fertilizer pollution. And groups like Sovereign Dispatch are also trying to make an effort in helping our climate and Minnesota specifically by taking local change. And by that, we're hosting our first group cleanup, and that will be a beach cleanup hosted in August, and that is August 1st. And if you are in the Minnesota area and want to participate, Sovereign Dispatch is looking for volunteers to help clean up, and we're super excited. If you are interested at all, or even interested in joining Sovereign Dispatch, our link is in our bio in our Instagram. So go ahead and RSVP or apply to be a member. Thank you so much.